This girl thought she went to the theater to watch her favorite movie, Sleeping Beauty, with her boyfriend, but what she didn't know is that her boyfriend had been working with an illustrator for 6 months to animate himself and her into the movie. She then started to realize that the characters looked a little familiar, and then a character pulled out a ring to propose, but he closes it and then tosses it to him where he says this.
Every day you get to propose to your high school sweetheart. So I just want to take my time. Hey, excuse me, do you mind? This is kind of a big moment.
Oh my god, these poor people.
They're all in on it.
She then realizes that the entire theater was filled with her family and friends.
Will you live happily ever after with me?
Yes.
One of the greatest ideas ever for a proposal, and then the movie played Celebration and ended it with this. This student pilot was flying solo to complete his cross-country flight when the engine fails.
Concord Tower, Cessna 117, Tango Sierra, I'm identing. I'm losing my engine.
He said at this moment he was panicking, but knew he had to calm down and do what he needed to do. He starts scanning for a place to land, but he's over a residential area and there is nowhere to go, and then he loses all power.
I have lost full engine power. I have no engine.
He stays calm and is looking for anywhere he can land this plane when he finds a small field and realizes that's his only option.
I'm looking for a field here. I'm going to try to drop in.
Roger that.
He said in this moment it was like an out-of-body experience and wondering, is this really happening to him?
I'm going to attempt a landing in a field right now.
117 Tango Sierra, Roger. I notified Charlotte. They got people sending as soon as they can to you.
He was able to pull up and landed the plane perfectly in the field. Realizing he just survived, he said this.
I have touchdown. Holy shit.
A few months after her son, who was a police officer, passed away, her daughter got her an incredible gift. It was a custom teddy bear dressed up as an officer, and when you pressed his hand, it played her son's voice. This mom makes hundreds of sandwiches and cakes for the poor where she lives in Mexico every week. There is always a huge line of people in need, and she makes enough to hand every single person food. The amount of work and money she puts in to make this happen is what makes this amazing. This teacher was deployed to Afghanistan in the middle of school last year, and then he came home early to surprise his class. All of the students that he taught jumped up and ran to hug him in celebration. An incredible moment showing the bond he built with his class. This little girl was eating her ice cream at a restaurant when she noticed some people at another table staring at her. So she did this.
What are you doing?
Chloe, hey.
As really loud fireworks started going off near this little girl and her puppy while waiting on the street, she actually went immediately to cover her dog's ears to avoid the scare and the loud noise. And as soon as they were over, she let go. An adorable video of her protecting her best friend. They ordered a pizza and then put a sign on the door that says, "Scream Shannon, your pizza is here. And don't ring the doorbell or knock. Our grandma is sleeping." So the delivery guy did it. He was showing his grandpa his new 3D printer, and he was so amazed at what it could do.
This was made on this.
No.
Yeah.
It was not.
Yeah, take it. Feel it. It takes this plastic right here, it comes out, and it melts it, and puts it.
Oh!
He then taught him how it all works, and then showed his grandpa 2 pieces that he made before, and he asked his grandson this.
Could I buy this from you?
You can just keep it.
You sure?
Yeah. That thing, like the material that was used to make that is maybe 2 cents.
But I want you to sign it.
I will sign it.
Okay.
I will sign it.
Later on in the day, they saw him looking at the 2 3D printed pieces his grandson made and gave. This guy was fishing with his friend when he saw an owl hanging from a tree that was caught in a fishing line someone left. He was able to get it inside the net so he could then snap the line. Surprisingly, the owl was not afraid of him and even let him bring it over to the rocks and sat there patiently so he could remove the fishing hook from its feather. He then brought it over to the trees and set it free, and the owl immediately closed its eyes. While walking down the street, she heard a car honking non-stop, so she went over to see what was up, and it was actually a dog. At the end of the school year, these college students all started their class with their cameras off, and since they always have them on, the professor was wondering what's happening.
For some reason, I see no one's video.
I don't know if it's an internet thing. Does anyone have the video on?
And once they turned them on, they all had signs up with notes to him to show their appreciation, and he thought it was so cool.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's like the nicest thing ever. Hold it. Wait, hold it. I want to take a picture. You guys freaking rock. Oh, that's like the nicest thing I've ever seen. Okay, I got a good picture. A couple of them. Thanks, everybody. You guys you totally made my night. No final. Everybody gets 100. We're done. Go. Okay.
Guys are putting work.
But it did put a little something in your soda tonight. It's okay.
Their doorbell camera saw this FedEx driver just toss one of their packages on the stairs and walk away. And then this Amazon driver comes later in the day and picks up the FedEx package as well and brings them both to the door and under their porch for cover. After the video went viral, he then went back to their house the next day to thank them.
Thank you guys for
Thank
that.
you.
No problem. Normal day. I do it everywhere. I don't like packages being out where you never know Utah weather can storm whenever.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
This
that.
little girl is blind, and one of her favorite things is listening to Harry Potter books. So her aunt started a GoFundMe page and raised money so she could buy her every Harry Potter book in Braille since they are super expensive. When she opened the gift and realized the book was Braille, she then found out herself it was Harry Potter.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Oh, it's a real Harry Potter book!
You bet it is, sis!
I got my own Braille copy!
You do!
I can read it!
She was so excited that she could now read every book on her own. These artists installed seesaws at the border wall so that the kids in the US and Mexico could play together. It's also not a complete wall, so the children can actually see each other. It was designed by architect Ronald Rayau and said to be a reminder that we are all connected. What happens on one side impacts the other. Paralyzed due to a motorcycle accident 5 years prior, they got married and had their first dance at the wedding. They had a choreographed dance prepared, and then she steps away as his brother and dad come in to help him stand on his feet so he can finish the dance with her standing up. Everyone at the wedding then started to cheer. An incredible moment between these two newlyweds. She felt like she was having the worst week at work, so she went through the security footage and put all the fails together to prove it, and it's hilarious. On some mornings, she goes out to hand out candy to children working in the field in Africa. She said every time they come running to her and they only take one. Even when she offers them two, they refuse to take it and are super grateful. You can even see one of the children take a second candy, but he doesn't keep it. He gives it away. She said she's done similar things in many different places and surprised at the kindness she sees. This guy was trying to help his girlfriend park on the street and it was not going well. So this person started recording it. This went on for over 15 minutes while he's standing in the rain, and for some unknown reason he wasn't just taking it over and doing it himself. As time went on, they kept getting more and more frustrated. She then just had to go straight, and this happened. He then gave up. Robert Irwin is the son of the famous Steve Irwin, and he looks to be taking the same career path as his dad, but he actually says he doesn't want to be just like his father. He said he does want to continue his legacy though. Robert says he wants to make his father proud, and part of doing that is caring less about the fame and fortune and more about the wildlife and environment he's trying to protect. Without even trying to become famous, he's already gaining a fan base.
I think you're so cute, and I was wondering if I could have your number.
Well, I'm very flattered.
Robert knows he has a huge shadow of his dad to navigate behind, but he's up for the challenge and is already creating his own legacy. Mom went to her daughter's work and acted like she was ordering a coffee, but then snuck in that her little sister is now cancer-free, and her reaction is awesome.
And 1 pump of CAR T and 100% cancer-free, please.
Actually? Really? Mom, you're gonna make me cry. Are you serious? Did you just get the call? Are you serious? Really? Yeah. Dad, you're making me cry at work. But she doesn't know yet. You had to record her reaction. She's gonna be so excited. I don't think she's gonna care. No, she is gonna care. She doesn't think it's a big deal. That's definitely a big deal. Can I really get that latte though? With almond milk? Yes, you should have ordered it.
His father passed away when he was only 1 and only has a few shirts of his father's, so he wore one to dinner with his mom, and this was her reaction.
Aww, I like that. Aww.
He then asked her what she thinks, and she got emotional.
Good.
Why are you crying? Mama, come here. I love you.
She started filming her classmate while different animals were being brought out in their zoology class, and his reactions are hilarious, especially the moment when he took out a snake.
Yeah, one time the snake was 200 pounds. Look at that, awesome. Way bigger. And they get weird growth spurts too, where they won't, like for like a year or so, you won't grow at all.
His dad put an arcade machine in his room so he can wake up to his brand new gift on his birthday. He was in complete shock getting woke up from it, wondering how it even got there.
What?
He then got right up to hug his dad before even going to the arcade machine.
Dad! Thank you!
An incredible way to surprise his son and showing how grateful he was for his gift. This was this little boy's first time meeting someone else with an arm just like his, and he was so excited that he went straight to her for a hug. She got a little emotional right when he hugged her, not expecting his reaction, and then he got a picture with his new best friend. This young boy named Xander got the surprise of a lifetime when there was a large box wrapped up in their house. He had no clue what it was, and as he unwrapped it, he looked inside and got scared for a second, not knowing what just moved, until he realized it was his dad. He came home from the military to surprise his son a few days before Christmas. Xander immediately started crying while hugging his dad, and then said this. For his 16th birthday, his mom took him to the guitar store for a big surprise. As the store owners brought it out and opened it up for him to see, his mom then told him the emotional meaning behind this gift.
Dad bought it for you before he passed away. For your birthday.
His dad actually bought the guitar for him in February and had it on hold until his birthday. His father then passed away unexpectedly in April.
Yeah? Happy birthday, buddy.
This young girl named Kylie has a development disorder and has trouble making friends her age. But last summer, she made 2 friends at church camp that unfortunately live far away. But for her birthday, they traveled all the way to surprise her.
Oh my god!
Y'all just made her year. Thank y'all.
This little girl was just having a good day at her house until she turned around to see her cousin walk through the door, and she was pissed. She gave Beyonce a present, and before she opened it, he told her this.
And I know there's no one that could replace me except for this.
She then started to open it and had no clue what it could be, and once she opened the box and saw a teddy bear, she was a little confused, until she realized it was her childhood teddy bear that she lost. He was able to find it and then restored it for her, and her reaction is amazing.
Yes! I smelled him and I knew exactly who it was! Oh my god, it's raining!
You're making me cry.
I feel so silly! This is the best gift ever!
Her and her husband traveled to Disney to celebrate her 70th birthday, but what she didn't know was her entire family came to surprise her, and they did it by all photobombing her picture, and she had no clue. She finally realized it when she looked around wondering who are these people getting in the picture. The brother of this dad posted this video saying, "Me and my brother grew up without a father, but I seen this video he posted and it makes me tear up. I love how he's giving what we never had to his kids." His grandma has been battling cancer and was starting to lose her hair, so he was helping her shave it off until he turned around the clippers and started to shave his own head, showing her she's not going to do this alone. The moment she realized what he was doing, she became super emotional. He said, "Words can't explain the things I would do for her." His girlfriend is deaf, so he actually practices his sign language by interpreting love songs to her, and her reaction is awesome.
Nobody's ever done that for me.
También para conseguir un camarada de la persona.
After not seeing his mother for many years because he was working overseas as a nurse, this son flew over to surprise his mom on her 75th birthday. He did this by dressing up as a waiter and serving them, but she had no clue it was him the whole time. After they asked her if she had noticed anything strange, she still didn't notice him until he took off his mask. She was in complete shock and then broke down crying. He tried to console her after the surprise, but she was still just super emotional. After this man's wife passed away, his children went out and adopted a shelter dog to keep him company after her death. The dog was found and rescued on the street where it had no home, but has now found a good one. You can easily tell his children made a great decision for their dad. This little guy was just minding his own business when this happened.
I'm so sorry.
The waiter made sure to apologize and the little boy was fine, but not sure if this phone was.
I'm so sorry.